Welcome to episode 43 of the Trash Talk Business Podcast. If you're out there slinging garbage, refuse, waste, trash, rubbish, curbside gold, you've come to the right place. Junk removal, demolition, deconstruction, hauling cans, that's what we talk about here. And you've come here because you're looking to grow, scale, get in, get out of here. Oh, to Bob Uecker, baseball, pitchers and catchers report in 6 weeks. I don't even like fucking baseball, but I just want to say that. I don't know, probably like 2 weeks. I don't know when they fucking show up. Anyways, Bob Uecker, Mr. Baseball himself. Anyhow, if you want to be involved in junk removal in the waste industry, you've come to the right place. We talk, we share knowledge, and occasionally we solve the world's problems. As always, I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Casey Bubba Lawrence, taking a drink of water. Casey, what are we talking about today?
No fucking clue, but we have a guest. So I'm going to let him take it away after I introduce him. His name is Lenny out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And he has a junk removal company down there. He's been doing it for a little over a year now. And he's also a firefighter. So we're going to talk a little bit more on that. We'll make sure we do not ask him any personal questions.
Why did you...
Lenny, take it away.
No, hold on. First of all, why did you bring back Redneck Casey circa 2008?
No, it wasn't Redneck.
Shoot video. What is that, Casey? That's
The Departed. That's
fucking Boston Casey?
Fucking firefighters.
God, that's terrible. All right, Lenny Bernstein, not to be confused with the Bears.
Bernstein, yeah.
Bernstein.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah. So I found you guys' podcast shortly after I started a junk removal business back in August last year.
Reason like August, started, like 8 months ago, or like a year and a half ago?
No, like 5 months. Was it 5 months ago?
Oh, Jesus! All right,
so not even a year.
No,
not even fresh. A year. Woo. This podcast is older than his junk removal business.
Yeah, I'm learning. It started taking off. So I started in August. My wife works for a realtor, a well-known realtor here in town. It was they're pretty successful. That her husband I went to rookie school with, they were selling homes. They're doing great, and they were hiring junk removal companies. And I was finding out how much they were paying. I was like, wow, man, I could do that for a side job, just working for her.
Yeah. I only work 15 days a month. I got plenty of time for another business.
Yeah,
15,
it's only 10 days a
Casey.
month.
10.
Damn.
10,
that doesn't help me.
A month.
Like that makes me just want to talk more shit.
So, I through the process, I started the LLC. I started with Yelp and doing junk removal just for that realtor. And then it just started taking off.
So you started just doing just for one realtor at first? Yeah.
And when I say only for one realtor, that was for a week. Because then I thought, I have to start a Yelp account, or, I had to do this. And then business started coming in, and I was like, wow, I don't want to slow down. Let's ramp this up more. I started doing Thumbtack, Angie's Leads, Google local services, and started doing that. And I was like, this is outstanding. This is, nice. I was telling Casey before we got on that, I was working overtime for the fire department. We got accustomed to that lifestyle. It's not always going to be there, and I'm gone 24 hours a day from my family. So I wanted something that would offset the income of not working overtime, being home more. And then, I only been a firefighter my whole life. I got hired at 19. Now I'm a fire captain here in Las Vegas. Been doing it for 14 years. I wanted to do something else. So when this started taking off, I was like full throttle. The first month, I brought in quite a bit of money. I was able to buy a dump trailer. I bought a Ford F-250 from auction in 2015 and just kept going. I have a 2017 Dodge Ram that I was using for the first month or first couple of weeks, and I was starting to destroy it. And I babied that thing. I didn't want to destroy it.
Was that a half ton? The Ram?
Three-quarter ton. No, it's 2500
the Ram was diesel. Oh, really?
Yep.
The Ram was
yep.
too?
Yep. I just didn't want to, we travel with a fifth wheel.
Oh God! All right, so you destroyed it. Got it. You didn't destroy the engine transmission. You destroyed the seats
first
and
time
the nice things.
Yep, getting in dirty. I scraped it up with a piece of metal the first day I used it. I was like, well,
good old solidified ass sweat on the seat corners.
Oh yeah, especially here in the summer. Like I said, I started in August.
Yeah,
one of the first
August
jobs
in Vegas. Not
No,
that wasn't. If I was going to write a business plan, that's not how I would have done it. Just saying.
No, yeah, it was. So then just and piggyback on what I was saying of going with Angie's leads and stuff. And that's one of the things I learned down. And I'll talk about that here in a second. But it just continued to ramp up. I'm a one-man show. When I do have jobs that I can't do by myself, I ask one of the guys on my crew if they want to come out and make some extra cash. So it's been a journey. I learn something new every day. I didn't know anything about. I have to go on every quarter to the Nevada state tax site and report that I don't charge sales tax. No one told me that. Are you
required to, or no? Are you required to charge sales tax?
No, not on services. But they still want me to go in there.
See, Texas is one of the few states that I know that has a service tax. Like Wisconsin, we don't
sales
charge tax on anything. It's sales tax only. That's only on finished goods. So for example,
we don't charge taxes on labor or hauling, but on actual service and disposal, we have to pay sales tax.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it. All right. So for us, like if you, for example, if you have like cabinets done, like if you could, like things like that, like they'll get charged tax. The cabinet maker will charge you tax on the cabinets themselves because it's a finished product.
Yeah. Dude, my wife has to pay sales tax, and she's a photographer. Like she pays. What? Yeah, like we got hit hard last year with back taxes from the state. They're like, hey, you have to pay sales tax, and because she's a photographer, she offers a service and a product, I guess, and it's just one of those things.
I suppose because it's a physical item, right? It's a physical picture versus
it's actually a digital item, but they just implemented that about 10 years ago that even digital photography is tangible, so taxable.
Shit that you don't know, right? Because day one of business, you don't know these things until literally someone calls you, knocks on your door, you get a fucking letter in the mail, and you're like, oh, probably
Andy, my first year with J-Dog, we got hit hard with back taxes because we did not know we had to do sales tax. And guess who also didn't know that, who should have told us before we started? J-Dog.
Well, we're Casey, it's too early in the day to start hating on us.
Just saying. Okay? No, but think about that. The fact that he's learning this soon. The fact that he's learning this soon is that's good shit.
And you have to pay $30,000-$40,000 in a franchise fee to not learn. Right? Because, again, go back to episode 1. Why don't you need a fucking franchise? Because the shit that matters, you will figure out on your own. That's it. Anyways.
Yeah, it'll either hurt or not. But
tangent. Yeah, we all can agree. We can all agree that going in an independent open operator is not the way to go, and that franchisors will fail you if you hold them to.
Yeah. So the point of this,
an expectation. At least that franchise, not all franchise.
Right.
Don't hate on me.
But in Lenny's point. For those listening, whether you've started or you've been in business for a while, if you don't know that situation when it comes to sales tax or not, hey, now's your chance to look into it because the last thing you want is a surprise letter.
And guess what? It fucking changes every year. Like the amount of things that have changed even since I've gotten into junk removal. Like at first it was like you just need a DOT number. Now I have a DNR number, Department of Natural Resources.
And we don't need that.
I have an e-waste. I have an e-waste number because we haul e-waste. Right. And it's not difficult, right? This is not a complicated situation. You go to fucking Google and say, hey, I want to do these things. And then ask a couple questions. Hell, I'm going to be in Vegas in a couple weeks at the, actually when this episode comes out, I might be in Vegas. Reverse logistics. I'm going to go learn all about reverse logistics. So all the, product returns, all the stuff that, post-consumer goods. And then what happens when stuff gets pulled off of shelves. Like it's that, and then so much more. And even like what we can do in junk removal, like what happens to e-waste that gets refurbished. So, anyways, I'm going to be staying at the Mirage.
Costco and Sam's Club.
I know. All the damn time. I will be in Vegas, February late the 6th through the 9th. February 6th through the 9th. If you are going to be in Vegas, if this episode's out by then, I'll be at the Mirage at the Reverse Logistics Convention, and you can probably also find me at the Cromwell. I will be hosting events at the Craps Table. Mostly investment opportunities, There's a lot of, here's the thing about Vegas. There's a lot of financial institutions.
You got me on that shit. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Yeah, I know.
So my sister turned 18 last year, and we went to WinStar.
Yeah.
So she texted me. She's like, "Hey, Bubba, are we going back this year?" And I was like, "Yeah, if you want." And the first thing in my head was like, "Craps table." I was like, shit.
Craps table. Here's the deal. This is a plagiarized line from my buddy Tyler, but I'm giving credit, so it's not plagiarism, I guess. Whatever. Here's what he tells people. He uses this line to pick up chicks, and I don't think it's very good. It's not very good for picking up chicks, but it's a good fucking joke. It is that there are several financial institutions in Las Vegas that are currently holding my money. I made deposits, and eventually I will come back and make withdrawals. That's it. It's a good fucking line. Yeah. Do you gamble, Lenny? Yeah. How is it? Okay, how is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You didn't hesitate. Like,
you can't live here and not gamble.
Well, here's the deal. Like, Vegas is like being on another planet. Like, money doesn't matter. The time of day doesn't matter. Clothes don't matter. Mm-hmm. It's just, like, do you leave Vegas to see what the real world is like? How does that work?
Yeah. Every time I leave Vegas, I'm shocked, I've been somewhere where they're like, last call. I had no idea what last call was.
Yeah.
Or it's not open.
What do you mean you close?
Yeah. Then what do you do? You just go.
Or they
home?
limit how much you can drink. Or went to a Cardinals game at the Cardinals Stadium, and it was like they cut me off, and I was like, well, the game, it's not even all the way through. Why am I being cut off? And I've never been cut off before.
Seven inning stretch. That's typically when they're like.
So you're telling me after 2:00 you just go home and sleep for like hours on end? Really?
What do you mean you can't walk around with your titties hanging out? That ain't what we do here in San Antonio.
Now they're out with pasties on the boulevard.
Yeah, exactly. Pasties are life. There we go. Maybe that's the name of the episode. Okay, so Vegas. So are you from Vegas then?
No, I was born in Oceanside, California. My father was a Marine. I was born on Camp Pendleton.
Hoorah.
Moved here when I was 2 years old, so raised here.
Okay.
I love it here. It's it's all I know. My father's from back east. We went to New York a few times, and it's a whole different world. And every time I leave Vegas, I'm like, wow, it's different.
Here, what's here? Something interesting. One of my favorite movies of all time is Casino. And in that movie, they say back east like 57 times. It's some absurd amount of time. Here's what's interesting. At no point in that movie do they say where back east is from.
That's true.
They always say back east. So the argument is that it's Chicago. And then, but as a kid growing up watching that movie, like, here's the deal. This is how old I am for some of these, right? I had Casino VHS, and it was on 2 fucking VHS tapes. Because it's over 2 hours. So that's how fucking old I am. Also, my fucking microphone just decided to fucking fall off. Taylor, I need fucking tech support. I was just joking with Taylor before this episode. I was like, I don't do tech support.
So Lenny, there's a few junk removal companies I've talked to in Vegas, right? And I never thought. So I went to Vegas for the first time in November, I think, or something. I don't know. Andy was with me. We went to Vegas.
Why were we
MIC?
Oh, yeah, Military Influencers Conference. Yeah, that was October.
And that was my first time ever in Vegas. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, this would be a great commercial opportunity. Now, I know you haven't been in business long, but do you do any jobs on the Strip? Is there opportunities there, or is that kind of just the big trash companies that really deal with that kind of shit?
Yeah, there's so they have the employees at like all the casinos. They have employees that do all the cleanup, and then you'll see big dumpsters in the back from Western Elite. That's where everyone's bringing their garbage to. We have Republic Services, which is a trash company that comes to your house, and then there's Western Elite that has their own landfill. So you go to any of these large properties on the boulevard, you're going to see blue dumpsters in the back, and their own employees are doing them. Construction sites, they have those dumpsters there. But for the junk removal aspect, or actually removing items on the boulevard, I don't think there's a way in, because I think they have their own employee staff that they'll have handle that.
You might figure a way in sooner or later, but I get what you're saying, because it's a very controlled environment. Which, hey, I get it, right? Especially when you're operating 24/7, you need someone who can keep up, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Also, correction, we call it a bolo in the military. Bolo, back home. They say the word back home. Nikki and Sam refer to back home, not back east. Throwing that out there.
They're not talking about Sicily?
They're not. No, they're talking back home, and it is theorized because it was allegedly, made, or not allegedly, there are certain characters within the film that are based on real characters. Sam Rothstein is a real person and all that stuff. So anyways, all right. So back home, they say back home. I don't, whatever. I thought they said back east. The fuck do I know? All right. So Vegas, you got into it. So here's the thing. You already made some good choices and things that we talked about on this podcast, which is dump trailer. Got to go that route. And also buy the no shit 3/4 ton truck. Now you had one, but you also were like, hey, this is the family, RV hauling, vehicle versus that, because a lot of guys will be like, oh, I started with a 1/2 ton pickup truck and it was great until it wasn't. Or they'll invest in a 1/2 ton pickup truck. So like, I saved $5,000. The other thing that I like what you did is more Casey style, less my style, is you went and bought a used truck at an auction, right? That's how I started. My first 4 trucks were used. So it wasn't until our 5th truck that we bought a new truck, and I determined we needed one. And now that I'm doing this full time and doing the thing, I see merit both ways. I bought a new truck, a couple new trucks this last year, or leased, and I also bought a used truck. I see merit both ways. I still prefer to lease brand new ones because the likelihood of them going down is less. But in your case, where you bought a truck, auction, probably got a decent price on it, and then you also have your truck in case shit hits the fan, now you're in a good spot. Yeah, because I've seen otherwise where guys will pick up, they're like, oh, I got 2 or 3 pickup trucks. Be like, well, what are you running? Well, whichever one starts. And it's like, well, that's a shit fucking business model.
I had experience with the auction, Ritchie Brothers auction. I don't know if it's nationwide or not. Yeah, so
that's where I bought mine.
I bought a truck and a trailer there, and I'll tell you right now, we spent a lot of money replacing the transmission on that truck and engine about a year or 2 after we bought it, and the trailer didn't last very much longer either, the axles and all that good stuff. But at the time, it was it was affordable, it was an option. But I tell you this, like Andy and I talked about, knowing what we know now, if we were to go back and do that all over again, we would probably, finance a new truck or a newer truck. Just based on
newer. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you're running, so here's the thing. You look at a 3/4 ton diesel truck, right? Everybody's like, oh, it can tow this. It can. It is not built to constantly tow every single day through cities. It's just not. It's not meant to be under load, going through stoplights and residential areas every single day. And also think about who's driving it. You could have a lead foot and someone could have a soft foot. You could like the sound of that whistle when the diesel's going, and I mean, you have to put those in consideration, the wear and tear put on these trucks. I will say I ran only 3/4 ton diesel trucks. I had one that was a 1/2 ton gas, but that's because it was paid off and we had it already. But yes, the 3/4 ton diesel is amazing. A little more expensive to play with the big boys though, but yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Do you is your trailer, your dump trailer, also a 5th wheel?
No, it's a
traditional
pull.
Bumper pull. All right,
it's a big Tex. It's the 14,000 pound rated one.
Yeah.
So I did use, so Rachel and Rick were up here a couple weeks ago, and they have a 5th wheel dump trailer. It's like a 14 foot deck, but it's only got 4 foot sides, or like 3.5 foot sides, I think. Which I'm like, I don't like this. But down by them, they do so much hauling of earth materials. They like it because you can dump from the side with the skid steer. And I'll tell you what, we did some. We were demoing my house. Man, it made fucking humping bags a hell of a lot easier throwing over a 4 foot side, right? Versus a 6 foot side that's a foot off the ground. So I'm like,
well, also the longer you go,
like, I don't,
the shorter your size.
I don't like the long. Exactly, that's the thing. I don't like, for me in urban areas, I don't like the long trailers because it's just that much more that you got to get into driveways. I mean, hell, I was doing jobs this morning with the guys, and there was a couple of driveways where our truck's still stuck out. Right, I don't particularly like that, but I can see if you're in urban areas, this is one of those learning things too. It's like, 5th wheel for them. They're like, we don't use the fucking bed of our truck anyways, right? They have their toolboxes, their loadouts, and that's it. So I'm like, oh, that actually does work out pretty well. So I don't know that I've ever knocked a 5th wheel trailer with low size. I had never considered it for myself.
But see, I like the bed. I like having the bed available for tools and stuff because it doesn't always make sense to have a bed full of shit, but when you need that space, it comes in handy. At the same time,
even when you're construction, it's like you can throw your scrap.
Yeah, and like a fifth wheel is great and all, but that means every truck you get has to have that capability to switch out that trailer. Where when we had, because we had a great deal on a fifth wheel trailer. The problem was we only had one truck that actually had the setup or capability. The other trucks we didn't have, and we didn't want to pay for the hitch and all that other shit just to accompany one fifth wheel trailer. So we kept it simple, bumper pull. I will say 14 feet when it comes to bumper pull, 14 feet I think is perfect because like the trailer my favorite trailer that we ran was an 18-yard trailer because it was a 14 by 7 by 4 ish, right? Yeah. You've seen my tan trailers, the tall boys. Those were only 16 cubic yards, but they were 6 foot sides, not accounting the 2.5 feet from the actual ground. So by the time you're actually throwing shit, you're like 9 feet almost. It was annoying as hell.
Your math wasn't very good.
What was it?
You had 5 foot sides on that 18. 7 by 5 by. I remember seeing that trailer, 5 foot sides. But yeah, those 5 foot sides are different than 6 foot. 5 foot sides you can look right over, versus the 6 foot you're like, oh shit, like I'm a big ass motherfucker, and I'm still like the 6 foot sides are putting her all the way up. I mean, that's where my eye level is at.
Yeah.
Well,
the 5 foot side, same thing you just say, like it just made things easier to chuck over the side, and you know.
So what are some of these things? Okay, so I want to get into a couple of things. I really want to lean in on your novelty to this business. So a couple of things you said that got me twitchy. I'm just going to lay it out. Right, I want to hear your perspective on Yelp, Thumbtack, Angie's List, and go.
So Angie's List, I have a great story. I've been ripped off. I've been money taken from me. They generate fake leads, and I busted them. So come to find out, I get a phone call one day from a junk removal company here in Las Vegas saying that they're replying to my request for junk removal. Obviously, I didn't put in a junk removal. I said, man, I'm a junk removal company. We started talking. We end up knowing a couple guys from the fire department. We end up teaming up, and he sends me screenshots of what Angie's leads sent him. It was a fake name with my old address, with my phone number. So it was a false lead. So I call Angie's Leads. We go through this whole battle. I was demanding my money back, and they basically gave me, $400 out of the $2,000 I gave them over time, basically to hush me up. I did like an email blast to all their managers. Angie's List. Yep. Yeah, it was a scam.
If we're looking for sponsorships, we ain't looking there. So maybe that's fuck Angie's List thing. Don't fuck over independent owner operators. Goddamn firefighter heroes in Las Vegas, because we will take a dump on your fucking porch.
It was.
Well, yeah, fuck Angie's List.
Yelp, I suspect there's false leads there too. But if you look back at my work, I have 133 jobs that I've completed since I started.
It's cooking. That's pretty good.
Roughly about 40% of that was Yelp.
Well, that doesn't suck. That's a huge piece.
That actually proves.
Hold on. You said roughly. Do you track every single job where you got it from?
Yeah, I do it the old-fashioned way. I have a ledger book, and I use Excel and now QuickBooks.
Dude, here's the deal.
Gosh, that's so awesome.
I don't care. Like when people are like, I don't know where to start.
Track
I'm like,
anything.
Like put it in a fucking notebook. I don't like when I say start in a fucking notebook. That's how I started. I had fucking notebooks and scraps of paper, and I had a file with scraps of paper of every single job we did. And then eventually I'm like, I should probably put these electronically somewhere. So, and this is my thing. When people are like, well, I'm not ready to spend $250 a month on software. Cool. Do you get a pen and a notebook? Are you ready for that? Done.
Hey, look at that.
Yep.
Pen and notebook.
Yep.
Free.
Absolutely.
And also use Ledger. Document what the fuck happened. That's all it is. It's just a document. And then someday that information may or may not be relevant. But I can tell you from a KPI perspective, we've gone over a lot of shit, right? But there's some basics in junk removal that you need to track. Where you got the job from, that's a good track. Did they give you a review?
Track.
What was the price of the job? How long did it take? What was your and you can really break it down and start saying what was your idea on profitability when you start talking about even just time. You just factor what your time is against how long the job took.
And basics for for instance, customer acquisition cost. Customer acquisition cost is a basic you need to know, especially in the beginning, because it tells you where your marketing efforts are actually worth it. And at the same time, I was discussing this this morning actually, but you have a lot of people who want to pour money into Google ads. That's great. It works. It does, but you have to track it, because if you're like, hey, here's $1,000 a month and you're getting one per month from Google, you just paid $1,000 for one customer to probably use a quarter trailer with you. And to me, I'd be like, no, that's ridiculous. Yeah. And you'll be surprised when people see your shit and then still go to Google. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
So you have to track that too. Like, what'd you search in Google? Why did you go to Google?
Correct. It's the last known thing. You know?
Yeah.
I'll talk to people and be like, oh, yeah, I Googled you, da-da-da. But then I remember I see your truck every day, and I'm like, cool.
Because they're like, I saw your truck, and then I Googled you.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, if they didn't catch the number on the side of the trailer.
Yeah, whatever it is, yeah. All right, so fuck Angie's List. You said 40% of your leads, roughly, so Hillbilly Math puts that at about a hair over 50 jobs came from Angie's List. That doesn't suck.
No. And I started, and matter of fact, I kind of, for a while, I went away from Yelp. You know, I was like, I got burned by Angie's leads. I was like, what's the chances that Yelp's like that too? So I turned off Yelp. I turned off Thumbtack, and I was strictly doing Google ads myself, which I am not a computer person. I had no idea what I was doing. I was watching YouTube videos, and, you know, I hoped I was doing it right. And I was getting business. It was doing good, but I was also spending roughly $2,500 to $3,000 a month on Google ads. And I was bringing in $12,000 a month, but I was like, man, I feel like I'm wasting. I'm getting phone calls from people that are trying to reach Republic Services. You know, hey, you didn't pick up my trash cans today. And I'm like, I'm screwing this up. So that, you know, I started January 1, I started with Junk Removal Authority, having them doing my Google ads. We're trying to narrow that in, but I'm still doing the Google local services. I turned Yelp back on because, you know what, I looked over the numbers, and it's working.
Numbers don't lie.
Yep, and that's Lenny, because of tracking. And
you have one of the biggest edges in this business right now. You already have an in to your community because you're a fucking firefighter. Huge. So you automatically have a foothold inside the community. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're already covering your bases on Yelp and Google and shit, the only thing left to do, saturate from within. I mean, that's when you start looking at, everything you're involved with as far as being a firefighter, fellow firefighters, the community.
What is the goal? What is the goal here? Is the goal for you to be a one-man show and make up the money you lost in overtime, or is this the goal to get a couple of trucks on the road and a couple of crews and plan for your retirement?
Yeah, I want to plan for my retirement. That's, we have the option of buying years of service. I have June, I'll have 15 years on. I could buy up to 5 years. You know, I could retire at 25 years of service. So, you know, that's 5 more years of working and I could retire. So that would be amazing if this was successful enough that I could leave. I'll be 39 years old with a pension from the fire department and have a full-blown junk removal
successful business running.
I got young kids. I want to be around. You know, being a firefighter, we are exposed to stuff. You know, I have one of my best friends died of cancer in Phoenix, in Mesa, Arizona. You know, he was my age, same years of service. It would be nice to get out of the fire service healthy enough to be around for a while. But the goal, you know, I was talking about the realtor that my wife works for. This realtor, her name is Felicia Rexford. Her and her husband both have their real estate license. She used to fly, you know, she was in the Air Force. She did great there. Became like this empire out here. They have properties. They're doing good. They're not selfish either with their money. They always give them back. You know, they gave my wife a full-time job to work from home. You know, they're just giving people. So I wanted to be like that. I wanted to not stress about money. I want to be, you know, comfortable.
Community, man.
Continue. Yeah. Yeah. And they give back. And that's kind of another thing we do. I've listened to your podcast about, you know, the money on the back end. I started really getting into scrapping, but anything that's good, we're donating. Anything that's in good condition, everything gets donated. First step is to donate. Families in need. We have Nellis Air Force Base out here. People get shipped out here. They don't have any furniture. I had no idea that they didn't have furniture when they got out here to Vegas. So we give them all the furniture goes there.
I did hear that a lot of the workers that they fly in to staff these places. I think, Andy, were we talking about this? the people that get flown in, they get flown in. I guess they have special visas or whatever, but they don't have a lot because they're here.
Yeah, there's tons of your card dealers and cocktail waitresses at casinos are visa holding. You know, they're from developing nations, and they come here to make money, and they basically live in like communal apartment complexes that are comped by the casinos. It's especially when you go to Old Vegas, you see it more in Old Vegas. Like some of them, you see it on cruise ships too. Same thing where it's like, which is fucked. I mean, well, it is what it is. I'm not gonna say it's fucked up because it is what it is, right? We're a capitalistic society, but basically Americans, what we consider to be, tips and kind of throwaway party money is fucking, they're feeding their family in another
it's the same thing with
of like 20 people potentially.
Yeah, it's like what we did with KBR.
Remember? Yeah, we had KBR. We had like when we were in Iraq, it was almost all Indian and Filipinos, and it's all
Bangladesh.
Work. So like, well, yeah, exactly. Because what they say is, hey, where is a developing nation where their primary language is English? Yep, that's where we're going. So when I was in Gitmo, it was almost all Jamaican and Filipinos. And when you go to casinos, I've seen a lot of like Kenya, Nigeria, or South Africa. So people
or Asian descent.
We're English speaking people from Africa, right? And it's like, oh, that's fucking interesting. I remember I had this long conversation with this woman from Ethiopia, and she told me the whole gamut. And it's basically like, if you want to come to America and work, like they have these huge companies that are set up to say, hey, if you can, I mean, I say deal cards, but like you have to have basic skills, math and communication and shit. And then they teach you how to be a card dealer. And then like, as soon as I started going in a little more in-depth questions, like, is this like indentured servitude? Like, do you want to be here? She, that, what I mean? Like we got to a line that she didn't want to cross. And I was like, well, that was interesting. Right. And I'm sitting there, half in the bag, throwing cards, blackjack, wanting to better understand social economic development in the developing nation versus Las Vegas, the place with no rules. Anyways,
I think it's a good
and for someone that knows this industry, if someone that knows this industry is randomly listening to this podcast, I would love to hear it. Also, here's the other thing: I was listening to Jordan Peterson over the weekend. I was listening to Jordan Peterson talk about why Joe Rogan's so successful in podcasting, and then really got into why podcasting is so important right now. And here's the deal. People under 30 don't trust traditional media because traditional media is speaking to the corporations, right? They have to appease their fucking stockholders, advertisers, corporate head office, all that bullshit. And that's why more and more people are listening to podcasters. The other thing that podcasters have, right, the beautiful thing is, for the most part, and Joe Rogan's phenomenal about this, if you say something that's erred or omission, right, and you correct it on the spot, it actually builds credibility. So like me earlier, when we were talking about back east versus back home, right? I looked it up, Googled it. Hey, I'm fucking wrong. Let's move on. Same thing here. This is my experience talking to one woman from Ethiopia at, I think, the Golden Nugget in Old Vegas, right? Like that is the extent of my experience. So if someone's like, you're wrong and you're bullshit, and let me tell you how this really works, please, like, educate me. And that's also fucking life. Like, let's go to junk removal, right? A lot of people ask, why do we do the podcast? My challenge is I want more junk removal companies being more environmentally conscious. And I'm not going to get there by being like, hey, you suck for not recycling. Like, you're killing the planet, man. No, I'm more like, hey, think about other resources. You talk about an Air Force base that you can donate furniture for people that when they get stationed there or, whatever. It's like, that's fucking awesome. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good on you. The whole idea is plant the fucking seed and let's have a conversation because that's interesting to me. Like, we don't have any military bases here, so it doesn't apply to Milwaukee, but good on you.
Yeah,
well, I think that's huge for him that he's already getting those connections because here's the thing, Lenny, in a couple of years, those connections are going to be thriving through you. And that's
huge.
The one thing I realize is in the beginning, the better you can make relationships, the better you're off in the future because those relationships now have an asset and it's mutual. It's a mutual relationship, right? So they can lean on you and they want you to lean on them as well.
Well, the other thing you said was interesting was with the realtors, right? We live in a capitalistic society. The more money you make, the more power you have to give.
Yeah.
Right? There's no shame in making money. Other thing, I know a lot of realtors that are cheap as cheap can be, right? They want everything. But it's like the realtors that are successful, those are the ones that take care of their community. They give back. They're playing for the long-term game. And those are the ones that we have the best relationships with, because when they call, they're not going to sit there nickel and diming us, because they know that closing the house on time is the most important thing transactionally, right? Absolutely. Because they have a great relationship and they want to take care of their customer, right? Like, absolutely. So transactionally, we got to get to closing. The money, all that other shit, we will figure out in due time. And if a realtor fucks me over, I'll just never work for them again. And there's a few that fuck me over. Because you do enough jobs, you're going to get fucked.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's, to the end for what's my goal? My goal is, my near goal is to not be the one that's doing the labor by himself. I'd like to get somebody to work with me. If it's a 2-story home or the items upstairs, it's a challenge. I got to coordinate with someone from the fire department to come with me. It's someone from my crew. I pay them, but it's difficult to always coordinate to have a second person. It'd be nice to have a crew, and that's kind of what we're working on right now. Supposedly tomorrow I'll hear back on my first quote for workers' comp insurance. I'm doing everything, by the book. I'm not cutting any corners,
trust me. If you don't do it, it catches up with you. The government and their 87,000 new IRS agents, they're coming for your ass, right?
No, not anymore.
For everyone that's
Remember, Congress is going to get rid of them.
Well, fine.
Shut down.
Well, whatever. Fine. Point is, the government always gets paid. Okay.
Absolutely.
Got to take care of that.
I will say, Andy, this is interesting. Real quick, sidebar. So in that bill that Congress just passed or whatever, they also are trying to, I don't think it will happen, they're trying to get rid of the IRS completely and income tax and then go to a consumer tax. It'd be like similar to a sales tax, but a federal level. So that is interesting also. Because
correct. So it's correct. Then you're saying, hey, make as much money as you want, but the more you fucking spend, that's interesting. Here's the thing. I love
sales tax in Texas is 8.25%.
That's we're at 5.1 in the burbs, 5.6 in the city. We're still paying for fucking Miller Park, which got renamed to some bullshit. I know what it is, but I'm not saying it. It's fucking Miller Park for all intents and purposes. The Milwaukee Brewers is Miller time, baby. Yeah, again, I ain't looking to fucking American Family for my damn fucking sponsorship. All right, so again, American Family people, I'm sure you're a great person individually. I have a personal vendetta against American Family that goes back
to my Miller
almost 20 years. Yeah, I'll tell the fucking story. I don't give a shit. So no shit, there I am. I leave for basic training. I put my Jeep in storage, and I put like storage insurance on it. So it's like $20 a month to get not broken into, right? Well, one of my buddies wants to borrow my Jeep, so he's driving it while I'm at basic because, that seems like a normal thing to do. Well, my parents called up my insurance company because we had the same insurance broker. Was like, hey, his buddy's driving this Jeep. Put full coverage on this thing. So I get back from basic training. I had like a $750 bill for like being gone for 4 months. And I fucking lost my mind on them. I can't remember. I never ended up fucking paying it. Maybe, whatever. Because they backdated it to the day I left. Mm-hmm. I was so fucking pissed because I'm like, hey, just because they're my fucking parents, like, that doesn't mean that they have the power of attorney to do that. And so I left American Family. And also, I didn't have $750, let's be honest. Right? Because the little bit of money I made in basic, I remember I went and actually bought a new Jeep after that. But yeah, so I have a personal, like, I like with prejudice against American Family. Pretty sure they're based here in Wisconsin and Madison too. So fuck them. Am I right? All right. Now that we're all over the damn place, again, Trash Talk Business Podcast. We talk everything. I will bang a job with you. I'm telling you right now. I want to get this scheduled.
Let's do it.
It just can't be hot that day because I ain't having that. I mean, I spent a year and a half, so I've seen heat.
There's another firefighter who's done quite well in junk removal. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. His name's Cade. With Code 3 junk removal. Houston.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, they have a couple places. Yeah. I think they're now mainly out of Houston. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not.
I heard of Fire Dogs.
Yeah, there's one that's Code 3 junk removal. They have a pretty good setup. They're doing quite well.
It's nice to have that niche,
Yeah.
For the most part, firefighters are trusted in people's homes. But again, another thing I was going to bring up was there's a lot of junk removal services out here in Vegas. There's legitimate companies, and then there's the guys with just pickup trucks that are, underselling or underbidding everybody. That's
truck in a truck. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And which is fine, I get it, but I'm getting jobs where I'm getting contract jobs where I have to have general liability insurance, a business license, and those are paying more than what those guys are getting. So I get it, but the customer doesn't get it. They want the cheapest price, the guy that can come out today, and they don't care who shows up.
They may not be your customer then.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct. Not all of them. Yeah. There's somebody that does give a shit. Mm-hmm. The ones correct. When it's curbside or in an alley, I'm not your best fit. Because I don't have to go in your home. You don't have to be concerned about me being licensed, insured, well uniformed, don't fucking stink, no muddy boots, right? All the other complaints, you don't have to think about if you got curbside pickup. Like, it is what it is. Like, hey, there's a couch in my fucking front yard and I need to go on.
That's also why so you're already tracking your numbers, right? Like this is also a very key element you need to track. You need to know who your demographic is. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people we talk to, and they're like, oh, yeah, who's your customer? Oh, everybody. I'm going to tell you right now, that's wrong. For me, we had it keyed into not just the gender of the customer, but their income range. And if they had kids, it was a female between 35 and 45, sometimes 50, but mainly 35 and 45, with a couple trophies at home. They made the rules, and they made the decisions. And I'm going to tell you right now that was our key demographic. So I'm not saying we didn't do jobs outside those ranges, but our main demographic who we could market to was that. So that's when you start making certain like Facebook marketing posts, you can go into certain groups, or maybe your wife can, and go into these like moms groups and be like, hey, look, I have, opportunity for part-time hire paying this much. I'm going to tell you right now, summertime is going to pop. And a lot of families, they want their teenagers not just making money and having a job, but doing something that's productive, something that keeps them kind of physically fit rather than just flipping burgers. So that's a huge opportunity. And you don't have to steal their summer away. You can say, hey, look, I only need someone 3 days a week. Right?
Yeah.
And it keeps it balanced. A lot of times our customers would also be giving us hired help, right? Like, the same person that used our service would be like, hey, my kid just turned 16 and on spring break he needs to work or whatever. Well, there you go. There's your in.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, it's there's been issues. I've been learning as I go with the biggest one that I'm getting and it's showing up more and more is the same day job request. I'm off for 24 hours. I get those jobs. Hey, I'm basically being dispatched from home. I'm going out and getting these jobs. Every time I say I'll be out in an hour or I'll be out there today, I get them. It always happens. I'm at the fire station. I'm there for 24 hours and my phone's ringing like crazy. I'm like, how is this possible that it's always when I'm at the fire station that the jobs are coming in, and when I'm off, it's people don't schedule junk removal. And I get it. There's a lot of impulse out here in Vegas. That's why gambling so big is.
Well, you're right. I would say that's regional. I would absolutely say that's regional. I know. There was a guy. This guy Wade. We used to know out east.
I talked about him last week.
Dude, this guy was booked out 2 weeks in advance at all times. It was like, oh yeah, I got 2 weeks worth of work booked. I remember Casey and I used to talk like, how the fuck do you live like that?
I would always. If I didn't have any.
I would be like, what if someone calls right now and wants a job? And he's like, oh, yeah, no, people don't ever, like, he goes, I asked him one time, I was just talking to him, I was like, hey, man, how many jobs do you lose because you can't get to them? He's like, oh, no, people just, they understand. Like, they know we'll get to them when we get to them. Where's he, in Maryland? Where was he? But, like, he was
Boston.
in a more, was he in Boston? Actually,
yeah, in Massachusetts.
Maybe, no, he wasn't in proper.
No, but
I don't think.
I don't know the little towns that fucking Massachusetts may.
But he wasn't.
Have.
What I'm saying, no. But what I'm saying is he was in a more rural area, right? If you're in a more urban area like a Vegas, right? It's just speed of execution. Suburbia. They want the shit. Suburbia, rural, fine. He's not fucking downtown. Like Vegas is a big fucking city. There ain't nothing rural about Vegas. It is Vegas, and then bodies, desert. And then more desert. Like that's it. Like. Eventually, you run into whatever Red. What is it? Not Red Rock. What is that shit?
Red Rock is west of us. It is Red Rock. Lake Mead to the east of us.
Whenever I go to Vegas, I get off the strip for a bit and go see the world. And it's always good when I do that. Here's the deal. I like Vegas, but I need to also go see some shit. Actually, you and I didn't go anywhere, Case. You suck.
Well, we weren't really.
Yeah.
I think, our next trip's going to have to be a guy's trip for sure. But I will say this,
for the record, every trip for my
that's true.
Guy's trip. Next question.
So, Lenny, have you thought about this? Since you do have a sort of limited schedule, I mean, in a way, that's kind of like your sign to start looking for that part-time help. Hey, look, these are the days I'm at the station, and I need someone to, control the ship while I'm here. And you start grooming them for full-time employment. You start grooming them for management. Maybe you can still, in a way, take certain calls. Obviously, I know if you have shit to do, then that comes first. But some sort of shared balance. Like, hey, if you're working this day and I'm at the station, I'll handle A, B, and C, and then I'll just either forward it to you, text it to you, whatever. But what you can start getting in the habit of is start having a set schedule. So if you're on call or if you're on duty on a Tuesday, right, that schedule's already set. Even if it's 3 jobs, even if it's 1, homeboy comes in and he shows up at 8 a.m. and he already knows what he's doing for at least that one job, right? Mm-hmm. And you can either start at paying him per job, unless you can fill up the day and then obviously put him on an hourly rate. But I think that's a way to start looking at it because you don't have the capacity to hire a full-time person right now.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that's a great idea. Especially because money coming in on the days that I'm working is more than what I'm bringing in now on the days I'm working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those jobs that I'm losing, I get 0 of it. But if I hired somebody, I didn't think about the per job aspect. I was thinking always that it's going to be hourly, but there's days, like I said, that
it just depends.
But also if he can take the phone, if you can pay him $20-25 an hour,
right,
it's 200. Let's say 200. Let's just right, $25 an hour, right? But because you want this person to be
a good person,
right? Yeah. Very, very good. This isn't a $15 an hour person, right? But at $25 an hour, it's a 200. What you're saying is, I'm going to gamble $200, right? That means 2 jobs, 2 small jobs, right? And it's a break even. Because he's going to possibly have to get a second person and or disposal and or fuel, right? It's not $200 and $200. No. You need to make $300 to offset the money spent on the day. But the question becomes, the simple hillbilly math is, will you make more than $300 on a regular basis, right? That's the break even. Everything goes smooth. And then you say, okay, what is the risk, right? Obviously, I'm putting a little wear and tear in the truck. I might damage a wall, Right, okay, now the number is 500. But it's like, okay, if I turn down 3 day of small jobs at a quarter trailer, what do you charge for a quarter trailer, for example?
$185 for a quarter.
Oh, that's a fucking cheap quarter. All right, that's a really cheap quarter. At least maybe in Vegas it's a good price. Rookie numbers, right? But even at that, you're talking $625. No, bad. $525. Also, not omission. I was fucking right ish. Wade Rivers not in Boston. He is in Western Massachusetts, outside of Springfield, a little joint called I just had it now. Westfield. He is in Westfield, west of Springfield. Actually, he's closer to Albany, our buddy Ray, than he is to Boston from what I can see on Google Maps. So there you go. So, but again, more rural. Obviously, it's a big Springfield's a decent sized town, decent sized city, but it's not Boston. It's not New Haven. It's not Vegas, where it's a large city.
So, well, I would say going back to that scheduling aspect, like we had people all the time wanting it done now, and that's what you have to also remember. This is why it didn't work for us like it did for Wade, because you have the balance of we trust you enough to hold on for a couple days until you can get here. At the same time, they don't really want to wait a week or two because now they've already got to the point where they made a decision. They're getting rid of the shit. The last thing they want to do is put it off for another week or two. And loyalty only goes so far in a sense, because at one point in time, they're going to be like, you know what, regardless, we have to get this out of here ASAP.
Yep.
And
so sometimes you flirt with that.
Bids. They're still getting prices from other competitors, and there's someone that's probably to underbid you, while you're waiting to do the job.
Half trailer jobs, my goal is 20. Half trailer or less, the goal is 24 hours. If you call before noon, the goal is same day. If you call afternoon, the goal is the next day by noon. And that's not like a hard and fast advertised rule, but that's absolutely, if you give it more than 24 hours on a half-trailer job or better, that job walks. And I knew that because one summer, all of a sudden, we had a ton of quarter and half-trailer jobs leaving. I was like, what the fuck? It was like our third summer in business. And I'm like, why do these keep canceling? And I watched. She was scheduling them 3, 4, 5 days out. Well, in that amount of time, they can come up with a new solution. They walk past it one more time and they're like, you know what, fuck that. Like, I'm not waiting for these Joes. I don't care if they're vets. I don't care if they're good looking, which, you know, some of us are, no big deal. They're at that point, they're fucking over it. There you go, Case. Wade Rivers, also another failed product. Well, he's not failed. Wade's fucking good ass dude. And now he has a new security company. But another failed franchisee of J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Give a shout out to your boys. If you want to fail veterans, you know who to call.
Hot mic.
Hot mic. You know, we're 50 minutes after the hour. I had to do my my ad. We don't have a sponsor, so we have an anti-sponsor. Whatever. Fuck them. Hey, here's the deal. Here's what I love about people that fucking talk, like guys like Casey and I. You never have to know what we're thinking. We'll fucking tell you. No. Hell, we'll tell you before we even know we're thinking it. We don't know. I say
you always see that look in their eye. It's always after they say something, then they'll be like, I just said that.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And here we are.
Me.
But here, it's scientifically documented on the PI index, which is like 17 personality traits. I fucking love personality tests. Not like a goddamn astrological sign that means dick, because I'm a fucking Pisces. What the fuck that means? Fucking hate water. Fuck that shit. Go to fucking Vegas. Actually, I'm going to Los Angeles too next week. Next week I'm going to Los Angeles. I'll jump in the ocean for about 10 minutes. I'll be done. Anyhow, PI index, getting back to where I got rudely interrupted by my own ADD. I'm a maverick, and it specifically says that I talk before I think. And I was like, yeah, what's the problem here? Apparently, other people think first.
Well, and that's all about. Like Lenny here. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna find a groove to where whenever you talk, no matter what you're talking about, it reeks your business.
You ooze the good stuff.
It oozes out. Yeah, it oozes your business. And that's the thing. When Andy starts talking and he starts getting in his groove, you can't shut him up. So you have to just like sit back and you're just like, all right, let him get it out. But it's never bullshit, right? Like, yeah, we'll talk shit, but he's talking what he's passionate about, right? Whether it be junk removal or recycling or even public speaking, just in business in general. And that's the thing. Whenever you start talking to these cold leads or whatever you want to call them, they need to understand that you are passionate about this business. Not, hey, I'm a firefighter and I have some spare time and I want to make some spare money. It needs to be like, yeah, I have a junk removal business. Oh, also, I'm also a firefighter on my days off. Like that's how I would phrase it like that. On my spare time, I go and help the fucking city not burn down. And
yeah, you're welcome.
You see what it does there? It changes. There's a whole lot of psychology behind sales, right? And the biggest thing is it's all about the but. This job is, I don't know. I'm going to get rid of this shit for you. It's a full trailer, but it's $800. Or, right, I could say, hey, this job is $800, but you're going to get a clean garage out of it. The difference there.
Change the word to and you're going to get.
Well, I'm just saying it's one word difference. Yeah. Right, that's how you talk.
It's the same but. I know exactly. Change the get rid of the word but. Yeah, for the record, I wrote a book.
I don't believe in the word why.
No,
why? I'm going to stop using the letter I and T.
Actually, there's a book that was written about 120 years ago at the turn of the century. It wrote an entire book without using the word or the letter E. That's a real motherfucker. Anyway, Casey, I'm telling you, man.
Son of a bitch.
I'm looking it up right now. Again,
golly,
you can get upset, Casey. If you need someone for fucking bar trivia night, I can do that. Okay, I'm a guy. Like, oh, is there a random thing? Yeah, I know random things.
See, that's the thing is with me. My wife gives me shit all the time. She's like, "How do you know this?" I'm like, honestly, there's things I just kind of wonder about, so I immediately look them up.
The book Gatsby by Ernest Vincent Wright does not include any words that contain the letter E, the most common letter in English. 1939. I was off by 40 years. I said turn of the century. Well, this just Gadsby, Gadsby.
Yeah.
Gadsby. Gadsby. I can't. Yeah. 260 pages without the word E. 50,000 word novel. No big deal. I know some random things and stuff. Gadsby. There's your trivia Jeopardy question of the day. No big deal. All right, we're coming up on 55 after the hour.
What about his questions?
That's what Casey. How about you let me set it up and knock it down? How about Lenny? Questions you got for
Lenny?
Us?
So seriously, question for you: what do you think about the book Gatsby?
Never read it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Taylor just texted me the episode name. He thinks it's all about the butt. So he's not wrong. It's a good episode name.
Yeah, a couple of questions that I wrote down. Matter of fact, I was listening to your podcast on my way home from the fire station this morning. The one post about reviews. Reviews are the hardest thing to get, and you brought up a good point. If you don't do it right then with the QR code, I thought that was a great idea. The QR code, I'm like, damn, I should have fucking thought about that. I send people or I say, hey, can you do a review? They don't get done. Life goes on. They miss it.
You stand there and make it super fucking awkward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, thank you for the QR code.
Once you leave, you have no more control.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That was a turning point. That was one of the questions I had for you was, how do we get more reviews? And sure as shit, that was on the podcast this morning.
The other thing, if we didn't talk about the podcast, I'll double tap it. Nice Job. Actually, Nice Job could be a sponsor of us. Nice Job partners with Jobber to integrate into it. $75 a month. They manage all of our reviews. I'm sure if they gave me a fucking testimonial, I could read it right here. Like, our reviews increased 74% since taking on a Nice Job. For $75 a month, you can Nice Job like a motherfucker. That's probably not a great read. But no, we use Nice Job because it's automated. So what they do is they get an email when they do the job. They get 24 hours, 72 hours, and 7 days. So it's 4 reminders. And once they give a review, it automatically is like, oh, don't keep fucking harassing these people.
Yeah.
So, perfect world. Here's the deal. Again, systematic, thorough, repeatable. Right, you got to think next level, Lenny. When it's you, yes, you will stand there with a thank you card and a QR code. When it's not you, you got to have something that's slightly more automated and repeatable. Yes, you are going to encourage your guys. Yes, you want them to display those behaviors. Yes, they will fail you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, next question.
Everyone's talking about the contract jobs or the commercial jobs. If I go to a property right now, an apartment complex, the person that decides if they hire a junk removal business is not there. It's going to be
you don't know that.
Decision maker.
That was what I was getting at.
The maintenance guy might be the decision maker, and he's like, fucking get it done. I'll talk to the ladies in the office. So now, is the executive director or a fucking CEO or a president going to make the decision? Maybe. But somebody, if it's a large enough complex, you can get past. You're not going to find the number online necessarily, but you will find if there's somebody there, you will get a answer.
Yeah. I started doing email blasts, going to their websites, trying to find, and I'm not getting traction.
You need to get your happy ass on the goddamn boots on, and you know what you do? You show up with your fucking truck and trailer, and you let that marinate on a nice street. Dude, Casey used to park his truck in the middle of the turning lane, getting fucking tacos. Right, you let it marinate. You just let it, I always go back to the analogy. I love Deadliest Catch. I don't know why. It's just such a stupid show. It's the same shit every week. Like, we almost died. It's the largest storm in 100 years. Those motherfuckers had the largest storm in 100 years every season. It's bullshit. Checkered climate change. Anyhow, but they would always talk about letting pots soak. They're like, oh yeah, we let it soak for 10 hours. If there's 50 crabs in it, we'll go let it soak for 3 days, and there's gonna be 200. So same thing. I'll put trucks out for an hour or two. If I get a phone call in the first hour or two, I'm in a hot spot, right? Like let's fucking go. So let your truck soak.
Absolutely.
And then go pound the pavement.
Absolutely. That's where I was going with it. Was it's you hiding behind a computer or using a phone is not the way to do it. You got to put face to the company.
Emails are not good contacts. Cold calls are decent. Boots on ground is best.
Yep.
Well, plus you have to figure out in your market, like, what do these commercial jobs look like? I'm not familiar with the outside of the strip of Vegas. I just haven't seen it. I was in Vegas for 4 nights and I never left the Strip. But I'll tell you this, if you have a lot of warehousing districts around, right? And you want to, hey, who's in these warehouses? How do I get in touch with them? There's one thing that it's labor intensive, but it works. That's beat feet, man. Like hit the concrete, go out there and park your truck and start knocking on doors. Because yes, are you going to run into, oh yeah, I have no idea who you need to talk to. Absolutely. But at least you know, you can start checking them off. And then you go a little bit further, you'll find out who you can talk to via email versus in person or a phone call. Like Andy said, you know, I didn't mind parking anywhere, but I also didn't mind, you know, knocking on doors. Hell, I got in touch with Amazon and it took me a while, but I had to figure out first who to talk to, who makes these kind of decisions. It wasn't freaking Bezos. He had no clue what we were doing, right? But it was,
hi, Mr. Amazon.
yeah, but it was something called a procurement manager. I've never even heard of that. So then it's like, okay, well now I have step one. Now I know who I need to contact. How do I contact them? And then I set up a meeting, and next thing you know it, he's like, hey, look, I'm going to give you your information to the other ones around the same area. And then you're like, holy shit, that's awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't want to do that fucking research. They don't want to do that work. They want to post on Facebook or pay Google and then be like, I'm not getting any jobs, man.
Which was that? Was that King of the Hill? Was that
yeah,
propane and propane accessories. That was a good ass show.
Yeah, that was.
Bring that shit back.
How do I get up
fuck
to the
all
big
this other
leagues?
garbage. Fuck that 90s show. Bring back fucking King of the Hill. Those guys didn't age. Bobby. God damn it, Bobby. Oh, Mike Judd. What, dude? True American hero. You got Office Space, Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill. Give that man a fucking let that man run for fucking office. Get behind Mike and Mike Judd and his weird mustache. All right, what's your next question, Lenny?
We already answered it with the
God damn it, Lenny.
The hiring of somebody. You know how to combat the same day jobs. You know, obviously, you know, like the big companies, the 1-800 got junk. They're scheduling jobs because I see them out. They have a crew of 2 people. I see multiple. Yeah. How are they getting people to schedule versus me? And who are they?
I'll say a quick answer. They're not firefighters.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like straight up, I'm going to tell you right now, in order to get to that level, and this is how you have to build it. Right now, the person who owns that franchise is A, not in the truck. B, they're probably not a firefighter. They don't have a full-time job. They're looking at retirement yet. And C, they're highly invested in that franchise. So they are doing. Go ahead, Andy.
I would say, and D, they're not answering the phone. The call center is, and E, they're not the ones figuring out the advertising, the marketing in their local area because the franchisor did. And
there's a lot of factors.
And F, they're the largest junk removal company with almost 40 years of experience, or 36 years of experience doing this. So don't compare yourself to Big Blue. Start there, right? So if you're gonna look at your competition, look at the other franchises in your area, right? You don't want to look at Chuck in the Truck because you're already past Chuck in the Truck level, right? If you've got general liability insurance, workers' comp insurance, and a clean pair of boots, you're past Chuck in the Truck. Fine. But now look at the other regional competitors, and also look at the other franchisees that aren't 800 Got Junk, right? So look at what Junk King is doing, College Hunks. I know there was like there's probably like 4 or 5 iterations of J-Dog in Vegas. To the best of my knowledge, they're all gone.
I think there's actually one left. It's
one left.
Oh, he's a new guy.
Fine, got it.
Yeah.
He's the guy that hit. Yeah, he hit us up at JunkCon. He was bitching about them already. All right,
but I'll tell you, like Andy's saying, there's also a positive with seeing franchises in your area because those big franchises, they don't just put up a franchise anywhere.
No,
they want to make sure that population and market can facilitate.
And Vegas is still one of the fastest growing cities in the country. Here's the deal, Casey. If you've been to Vegas, Vegas is fucking huge. And the difference between Vegas, from my perspective, and a lot of other places, it doesn't stop. Like a lot of other places, you have like these weird dead zones or pockets or Vegas just it is downtown, it is the Strip, right? Those 2 main areas, right? And then like UNLV has kind of got densely. But then after that, it's just houses and burbs. There are no major industrial parks. They're not producing shit. They don't make things. There's not a fucking nature preserve in the middle that you got to drive around. It's just this urban area. The other thing about Vegas, and Lenny, keep me honest
2.8 million.
Here, once you get out of the downtown areas, there's really no vertical height. It's all kind of like 3 stories or less. The all of Vegas, like Casey, even in Dallas, like you get places and all of a sudden you get like a 20-story high rise, or even Milwaukee, we have like we get like 12, 15-story apartment complexes. There's nothing like
you have like small cities
like in Vegas. There's nothing right there. Vegas, it's like 3 stories or less. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
like
no, absolutely.
Every time I drove Vegas, I'm surprised how flat it is. Yeah.
And then we have mid rises, 3 to 9 stories. It's very seldom you see anything over 3 stories. It's all okay. But they're showing up now. We're running out of land. You can only go so far.
That's what's fucked up. They're like, oh, we can go forever in Vegas until you can't. Yeah, like Vegas, the footprint for Vegas is fucking huge because it was like it's weird. Also, weird urban planning in Vegas because like the Strip isn't in Vegas, right? The Strip is
Clark County.
It's Clark County. It's not.
It's
Vegas.
Not in the city. Yeah, it's not actually. So we cover.
Weird. Vegas. It's the only place in the world that's like it. It's like when you're on the Strip, you're not in Vegas.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
Yeah, it's
kind of like Dallas Cowboys. Our stadium and our training facility are both not in Dallas.
And your quarterback's got and your quarterback has as many wins as the Giants quarterback, and they haven't been in the playoffs in 20 years. So no big deal.
We've been in the playoffs, we just haven't won.
Oh, fine. That's right. You guys get if you thought that Jaguars game was bad for the Chargers, wait till the Cowboys. So by the time this episode airs, the Cowboys will already be well out of the playoffs.
Or making it in the bowl.
Casey's got a couple good hours of feeling good. I'm going to get a text message tomorrow morning like, fuck, if Dak would have just not been terrible, we might have had a chance.
Or it'll be a text like, did you see what Cooper Rush had to do?
Hey, can't believe Mike McCarthy burned up all 3 of his timeouts in the third quarter. Like, I can. He used to be our coach.
Hey, you know exactly. What? Like, speaking of sports, I heard Vegas is getting an MLB teams, getting the A's. Possibly.
We're still trying to get the A's here.
I fucking love the A's.
Yeah,
elephant. Who has an elephant as a fucking mascot? Like, let's go.
Yeah,
and then also your basketball. I think. Weren't y'all trying to fight Seattle for the Supersonics?
Yeah.
After they brought them back up, like a possibility.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, it wasn't long ago we had no sports teams here, and now
I know.
They see the writing on the wall. The politicians see the money's here.
Mm-hmm.
Also, right, the money, and let's not forget. All of a sudden, in the last 5 years, you got all these DraftKings and all these other places where they're kind of like Pete Rose was the first man to bet on baseball in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So how about let's bring him back? Also, the A's, for those of you keeping track at home, the A's have enjoyed different homes, including Philadelphia, 1901 to 1954, Kansas City from 55 to 67, the Johnson era, the Finley era, I don't fucking know. And then they've been in Oakland since 68. So they're not like the Green Bay football Packers who have a 102-year legacy, 122, Jesus, whatever it's been, 103 years legacy of kicking ass and taking names in the great city of Green Bay. Right? or the expansion team, Dallas Cowboys, proud we are of them since 1960. The A's have been around for 120 years, and they're looking at their 4th home. Nobody wants them. God bless the Oakland A's. And once they go to Vegas, they will have an untapped amount of money. They'll be like, hey, Dana White, can we get $100 million? Dana will be like, cool, I need a box. And they'll be like, bet.
So does Dana White pretty much run Vegas as sports? I mean, how does that work? So he's
got the UFC.
He's not even allowed in casinos because he's got 3 casinos he's banned from because he goes there and hoses them on blackjack. Smart man. Yeah. Dana White's a hell of a blackjack player.
He has a compound, UFC compound over out south that, he's doing good, obviously.
Hey, what's that sphere they're fucking building there in Vegas?
Oh, the MSG,
northwest of the Strip, or is it just west of the Strip?
I think
or
is it going to be an event center?
Northeast of the Strip, northeast.
By the convention center, yeah.
What is that going to be?
It's
convention
like a
center.
theater, like a theater that 360 vision around you, the sound, It's pretty impressive.
I thought it was a fucking Death Star. Between that and the Alliant, what the fuck, Allegiant? What's the stadium?
The Allegiant. The
Allegiant. I was fucking close. I stayed right by the Sphere thing when I was at the convention last year. That was the Waste convention last year.
Mm-hmm.
I've never stayed at the Mirage. That's where I'm staying here coming up. It's like my fourth mention of the Mirage.
I heard there might be demoing that hotel soon.
They are. It'd be the Hard Rock.
The Mirage?
Be the Hard Rock.
Yeah, they're making it to a Hard Rock.
Really?
And they got to take down the main building to put a fucking guitar.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, is Circus? Okay, are they taking Circus down?
No, that thing.
Now that it's in its shadow from the.
But
no, seriously, I stayed. Wait, when I was there a couple months ago, I stayed at Resorts World, which Resorts World fucking nice.
Massive.
And then the one night I was farting around, and I'm like, man, I should go to Circus. And then I looked, and I was like, not a long walk, but it was long enough I didn't want to make it.
It looked closed.
I'm like,
it's got that Adventure Dome, and it's. I don't know how they stay in business. They,
I'll tell you what, they're going to get $100 from me in a couple weeks. I'm going to stop by Circus. Where's your place? Are you allowed to talk about where you gamble? Is that authorized?
I mean, the local bars, those are the best. I don't gamble on the Strip. Local bars.
Old Town?
No, you try to stay.
Are you just playing? So you're just playing
like video poker?
The slot?
Yeah.
Oh, the video poker. All right. I fucking hate that shit. Yeah.
But if we are out with friends and stuff, definitely the Strip. It's.
All right. So what's the one thing I gotta do in Vegas? Because I'm just a total fucking tourist when I get there. Like, I mean, if I'm like, I'm a local, no, I do the local guy. No, I don't do shit. I get tacos at the place that's across from. Actually, my favorite two restaurants in Vegas are basically the same corner. It's the Jewish deli that's right next to the
Tacos El Pastor.
No, not that place. Oh yeah. There's the Jewish deli right next to the convention center.
Yeah,
I've talked about it on this show before.
Bagel Mania. Yeah, Bagel Mania.
Is that they have all like the menu items on the side of the building? Dude, like one of the best pastrami's I've ever had. Like pastrami, phenomenal. Yeah. And then right in the corner of Resorts World is it El Pastor, the taco place, where there's 7,000 tacos an hour they're serving, and you don't even know what you're ordering. I was like, that, and they're like, I mean, I was just the most like honky, touristy motherfucker you've ever seen.
Reeked of tacos when he came back to the craps table one night.
I
back just smelling like tacos.
Dude, my whole body smelled like tacos.
Yeah.
I wasn't even. I had a bottle of water I was drinking. The next morning, I went to drink the bottle of water. I was like, God, it smells like tacos still. I wasn't even mad. I was so happy with myself right then and there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I probably went there like 3 or 4 times ago. Someone was like, "Oh, go there for tacos." I'm like, all right, whatever. And now I have to go there. I went there like 3 nights last time I was in Vegas. All right. Oh, and hey, we went to that. Where did we go to that place with Andy? It wasn't that Jamaican? It was Peruvian.
No, Venezuelan.
What was that fucking place?
It's at the end of the Strip.
Venezuelan. on the north end of the Strip, Venezuelan joint. Actually, not far from Circus. Now I'm thinking about it. It was what the road is to the west of the Strip.
Arepas.
Industrial.
Yeah, a couple, like maybe a half mile from Circus. Venezuelan joint. Andy Nelson took us. I'm seeing him in OC next week. 2 weeks from now. I'm gonna go to the beach. Him and I are gonna hang on the beach together. Yeah. Anyways, good Venezuelan
haircuts
food.
together.
All right, so now that I get haircuts, maybe pedicures, manicures, no big deal. All right, so now that I've told you all my favorite places, where do I have to go? Fuck Casey, he ain't coming. Where do I have to go in Vegas next time?
If you would like the New York delis, the Bagel Cafe, it's off the Strip. There's pictures of famous people going there, mobsters. It's better than Bagel Mania, that's for sure.
Bagel Cafe better.
Yeah.
I went to a steak place off the Strip, and it was like very like mafioso. Like all the mafia guys used to go there and eat.
Oh, the Golden Steer or
no?
Yeah. Or just Lowry's? Or not Lowry's. I
told you about it, Andy. And I don't know. You're supposed to remember this stuff.
First of all, Bagels Cafe on
it was a good place.
Drive.
Yeah,
it's pricey.
I highly recommend it.
Oh, right by Pirates Cove. I know where that is. Okay.
Yeah. You're like that's a local place. It's good.
Dude, I want okay. That's what I'm doing this time in Vegas. Obviously, I'm staying at the Mirage. Whatever. I'm doing fucking is local, because I've done all the touristy shit. And, and I'm not opposed to, when you're in Vegas, you're like, I'm not going to be touristy. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, of course this place is not even close to anything. I mean, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of town.
Cafe.
You know, want to go check out a local casino.
Yeah, you guys are out of fucking space. Every direction other than south, there's fucking, you guys, goddamn mountains get in the way of shit.
Oh, yeah. Protects tornadoes.
I said you can go south, like towards Sloan. Wait, even Henderson to Boulder City. Yeah, everything's
they're building out there
mountains.
Now. Yeah,
towards Sloan, and then Sloan to Jean. Like it looks like a pretty straight shot down that way. But yeah, even Henderson, like it's like that's a little small town, but.
Well, and if you look at, I mean, what's crazy is because of how big we're growing, the garbage aspect, there's nowhere to take garbage. That's why we have illegal dumping all the time in the desert. There's nobody's following, and that's what I bet these guys with the pickup trucks are doing. You know, there's Western Elite, and then there's Republic Services. There's 2 landfills in town or transfer stations that you can go to.
Yeah.
And the lines at Republic Services are 3 hours long if you want to go there. Versus Western Elite that you're in and out in 5 minutes.
Well, remember we had that guy.
There's a lot of those. Again, those are going. I mean, homeless is huge out here. We have a huge homeless population.
Oh yeah,
so, and like they're all right by where you were staying by the Mirage on Industrial. There's SA Recycling. You can't even go there without standing in line with homeless that are, cans and catalytic converters and everything. It's ridiculous, but that's what I kind of got into. I got more into because of your guys' podcast with the scrapping and stuff. So I wait until
stealing cat converters. Yeah, I hear you.
That's what. Yeah. It's bad out here right now with those.
Dude, I've been seeing posts on these groups, man. A lot of people's shit's been getting stolen.
Oh yeah,
it's quick 2 cuts and you're gone.
Oh yeah.
She gone. Sloan Canyon National Conservation Area, is that worth going to? I've never been there.
I've never been there. There's nothing in Sloan.
Well, there's a goddamn national conservation area, big ass fucking.
Have you been to Red Rock?
I have been to Red Rock, but we never we drove around. We didn't get out of the car, so I didn't do any hiking. Maybe you know what? I could go to the Bagel Cafe, and then continue my happy ass.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to get a car, but if I'm gonna go to the Bagel Cafe, I'm gonna need a fucking car. Hell, you can borrow one of your fucking diesels. I don't give a shit.
Absolutely,
I'll go
more than well. I'll take you everywhere.
Dude,
fuck it. Don't tease me with a good time. I'm not even going to the goddamn convention at this point.
I need to introduce you to my boy out there. I need to introduce you to my buddy Nate.
You ain't got a boy. I'm in town 72 hours.
Yeah, he's the one that hooked me up to the room.
Yeah, they didn't hook me up for shit.
He's not your boy.
My boy. I got Lenny. Lenny fucking found me on LinkedIn. Oh, LinkedIn Lenny, they call him. Lenny's got 3 fucking connections. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Last minute, I decided to have my wife join me in Vegas, and I had a comped room at the Aria. I mean, it was nice. And he's all like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Dude, look, make happy wife, happy life." Okay.
Okay. I got a happy life without Vegas, a wife. Man. For the record, there's your fucking bumper sticker. Happy life without a wife. There's my fucking bumper sticker. Also, Casey, like 6 months before this, it was like in spring when the Military Influencers Conference shit was coming out. And we're sitting here, hell, we might have been doing it on a podcast. And I was like, man, I don't know if I want to go to that shit. Because I just was like, I was going to a lot of conventions in the fall. And he's like, no, dude, I've never been to Vegas. Like, let's do it like you and me. And I was like, all right, bet. Boys trip, got this shit. And then like a month before the convention, she's like, oh, hey, by the way.
Sorry about you.
So I'm bringing Monica because she, shit 2 kids out for me and I probably owe her. And I was like, so much for fucking boys trip. So that's why I smell like tacos every night. Because I had to eat away my misery.
Oh my god!
I taught Casey how to play craps, and then when they
that was a good time though. We had some good time, man. We had
great times.
we kind of figured out we figured out how to play blackjack together. Like that was fun. Yeah. You do the exact opposite as I do, and someone's gonna
win. Yeah, Casey. The one time I'm on a fucking heater. I'm on a heater. And Casey's like, oh, man, I want to get in on this. I go, no, fuck you. Not until I lose a hand. Like 7 hands in a row. I kept doubling, right? Casey left the table. I had like $35. He comes back. I got 600 just stacking them. And he wants to sit down. I go, fuck you. And I started putting, I'm playing a $10 table. And I started making $100, $150 bets like it's nothing. In case, like, let me get in on this. I go, fuck you. Like, you ain't getting on that shit. Go back to the bathroom.
Well, at one point, I sat down
less blackjack when
and it switched. Like, I sat down, I bet something, and he missed, and I hit hard. And then it just kept doing that way. So then we were like, wait a minute. We can figure this out.
So I went back to $10. So I'm playing 10 and he's playing 100 and he's catching cards. I'm starting with 12s. He's starting with 11s. Yeah, it was whatever. I fucking love blackjack. Yeah. And then craps. It was funny. We're playing craps and it's like all the bets are out. Everything's looking good. And then, you fucking crap out. He's like, what happened? I'm like, craps happened. That's what fucking happened. Yeah. Craps happened.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
All your money's gone. Right? That's the problem with craps.
It's like, why are you walking around with your hands in your pockets? Oh, yeah, crapped out.
Crap table. How to make money at crap table. Walk away. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But then here's what's fucked up. Like, we lost whatever. I maybe lost $500 a night in 2 nights. Because the first night I made money, right? A rarity. But there was this one crap table we've been playing for 2 nights in a row. And the third night it was reserved. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And there's these 2 guys playing craps. They had to have $150,000, $200,000 in chips working. I'm like, yeah, this casino ain't making shit on Casey and I. They'll do just fine with these boys, right? Like, here's the deal. Someday when I have that type of money, I'm not allowed to go to casinos, right? If I lose $500 in a night, I can sleep easy, right?
It's literally why I've never been to Vegas before that.
No,
I always thought I needed to have at least $5,000 to just do shit with. Like, hey,
no, 500.
You go to Vegas, $5,000. You need to be able to. You're going to buy a lot of blow. There's going to be a lot of women, and you're probably going to go to jail. So you need at least $5,000 to get out of there.
Yeah.
And instead you're like, I'm going to go to a convention with my wife, and you're like, $1,000. I'm set. Done.
That's all I need.
It's fun, and I was guaranteed every night, if you know what I mean. Guaranteed win every night going back to the room.
It's a family show. It's a family show.
Family show. We just say fucking shit. No worries.
Casey's always like, man, we should make these longer than an hour. We've done some research on our podcast, like when we go over an hour, we get more listeners or not. And sometimes the conversation just naturally flows down. But here we go. There you go. Hour 20 minutes. That's the limit. And then Casey starts talking about coitus. So that's where we're going to cut it off. All right, Lenny. Top takeaways. Let's get to it. LinkedIn Lenny. Oh, I didn't even get to tell my fucking joke. LinkedIn or Lenny. Lenny has 3 connections on LinkedIn. 3, and I'm one of them. You're welcome.
He scoped out my profile, I think, yesterday or today.
Yeah. He didn't add you though. He didn't add you.
I know. I was like,
want that.
I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
I'm still learning how to do social media.
That's right. Hey, learn new every day. All right, LinkedIn Lenny. What are your top takeaways from today?
Takeaway: scaling the business, hiring somebody, paying them per job. I like that idea. Definitely the boots on the ground, the contract jobs, and like I said, not from the podcast or this current one that we're talking right now, but from earlier today, the review, the QR code. That was a phenomenal idea.
Boom, Casey. Top takeaway.
Top takeaways is, man, Vegas is a booming market, and the one thing I can tell you that you're doing right, Lenny, is you're tracking some sort of data. Obviously, as you grow, you're going to get more data and you're going to get more factors into every single job you do. But also, I want to say this: don't be afraid to get creative. What I mean by that is junk removal. It could be anything you want it to be. All right. There's been times where I've done jobs where I was the only person that showed up because I needed to oversee what was happening. But then there's other jobs where you want to be seen. You want to be out there in the public's eye, but be creative. And remember, this is your business. At the end of the day, money matters. So, donate your time. Absolutely. Be involved with the community. But, yeah, man, good job. So far, you're doing everything I think is the right track, right?
Yeah. My top takeaway is that this industry is growing. When I look back, when I got into this 13 years ago, part-time, and then 7 years ago, full-time, and even now I have people like, I was joking. I was at a wedding this weekend with my family, and I haven't seen some people since before the COVIDs, and they're like, oh, so what are you up to? I'm like, oh, I'm back in junk removal. I was like, I have a junk removal podcast. And like, you have a podcast about junk removal? I'm like, yeah, because there's new shit to learn. There's like, how much is there to talk about? Well, apparently 43 episodes worth of new shit. That's how many new shits. And we got a handful of guests coming up the next couple weeks here. And so what I find interesting is you said a couple things that are really, really important indicators that you don't read about if you just sit back and read, or you don't learn if you just sit back on your fucking computer, right? That's why it's important that we have these conversations, why we share them, right? So you said a couple things. You said, hey, the lines at the fucking transfer stations are long as shit. The city is growing. We're running out of space. We got trash. We got a homeless problem. I didn't know shit about recycling before I listened to this podcast. Those are all no shit indicators that what we're doing is worthy on the podcast and sharing our knowledge, but also what we're doing in this industry matters, because for every item that you're able to donate, for every item that you're able to recycle, is less shit going to the transfer station, less things going to the landfill, because we're not going to run out of people, and people aren't going to stop buying shit. Right? Our economy in our country depends on people making stuff and people buying stuff. That's how capitalism works. So I continue to be encouraged. This time of year for us is slower. It's January, mid-January here in Wisconsin, and I even have those self-doubts like, God, well, the economy, the this, the that. Did I make the right decisions? Right? I have imposter syndrome and self-doubt, and then I look at someone like you, and you're like, yeah, I banged out 133 jobs in the last 5 months. I don't know dick, but I went on YouTube and figured out some shit. I'm like, let's fucking go. Like, it re-energizes me. Like, 13 years of knowledge is a lot of I was about to say mistakes, but we don't use the word mistakes. It's in my fucking book. You're welcome, Casey. A lot of choices, a lot of failures, a lot of fucking doubt. Yeah. When you're naive, it's a lot simpler. Not knowing shit, ignorance is bliss. There's a reason why we say those things. So, when people say like, I've heard this a few times, like, hey, you have a lot of experts that come on your podcast. No, I have a lot of novices. But you put enough novices together, I'll take a bunch of novices against the experts all fucking day. So I appreciate your time. Thanks for reaching out on LinkedIn.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Also, you know what? As an entrepreneur in a lonely world, good on you for seeing an opportunity and doing something about it, right? And committing to it, and banging out 133 jobs and doing them all. There's a lot of guys that I've seen that get in this industry and they're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to hire people and sit back in the office. That will stunt your growth. I did 4 jobs this morning. We were doing a thing. Of course, the cameras were there, so I showed up. No big deal. But all 4 jobs, I either learned something or I taught somebody something. Awesome. And I've been doing this for a lot of fucking years.
Or sometimes they'll relearn. Like
or just relearn. No, dude, the shit you forget. Dude, like, we pull the projections. We pull the projections screen TV.
You're like, oh, damn.
Oh, yeah. You're like, oh, that's fucking... Dude, we got trucks with lift gates now. Taking a piano up a truck with a lift gate, that beats the shit out of fucking trying to get it up the old ramps that were this graded shit, and the wheels always got stuck. I looked at the guys, I go, this lift gate's pretty nice. They go, yeah, it is. I go, you're fucking welcome. It wasn't cheap, right? But also the respect for that, like the lift gates, like the amount of fatigue and the safety, the increased safety, the efficiency and safety of the lift gates. I was completely against them for years. I bought 2 trucks with lift gates this last year, and now we'll never go back to ramps. Moving forward, or at least the skinny ramps in our big 24s. So, anyways, never, whatever. You're never too old. You've never been in this hustle long enough to not learn shit. So, I do appreciate your time and your willingness to come on. And to everybody out there, like, all Lenny did was text me or fucking DM me on LinkedIn. Like, hey, guy, I started doing this thing. I listened to
slid into your DMs.
Let's talk. Slid into my DMs. No big deal. So I challenge you, if you got something, you got questions, we want to answer. We want to know what's going on with you, what we can do to continue to serve you. Casey and I both do consulting work for people that want to go next level. Reach out to either one of us. Casey can be found at The Junk Coach. No big deal. He loves your junk. He'll coach you on the junk. The Junk Coach, Casey Bubba Lawrence. I don't have anything fancy. I just take people on as needed basis. Hit me up. As always, appreciate seeing you. Appreciate having you. We are excited to join you next week. For 80 Weins, Casey Bubba Lawrence, and LinkedIn Lenny, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.